Well, what is up, people? This is your boy Abhimanyu and welcome back to the channel and to a series of promised vlogs. I am keeping up my promise, and today in this video we have something special. I told you in the last video that I was going for an event, and this is where I am. We are here at Revolt Wonder. It's an amusement park here in Noida, and this is something special, man. This is really something special. I am on a go-karting track. Yeah, no shit, I am on a go-karting track, and I have my first electric motorcycle experience right here. All electric motorcycle, Revolt RV400, and as you can see, everybody is trying their hand out on the thing. Before we get on to the motorcycle and do some hooligan shit, we're gonna talk about what this thing has and what I understand about it. I don't completely know all the shit, but whatever I do, I'll tell you about it. This is an all electric motor. That means no combustion engine. That's really good for the environment. Yes, science. This thing looks pretty, man. In person, this red color especially looks really pretty. You know, I'm a sucker for black. I have a black bike, I have a black helmet, which you haven't seen yet because I haven't made the video. I'm sorry, I'll make that soon. But yeah, I am a sucker for black, but I think the red looks good on videos and in pictures, so I picked the red one up. And man, from what I see right now, it is a futuristic design. The thing that you notice right away when you look at it from the front, that nice looking LED headlight, and you see these Nilo Grip Zapper tires by MRF, and you see that there's disc brakes on both of the tires. That's a good thing. The monoshock at the back. So yeah, first and foremost, the most appealing thing about this is the first mass-produced electric motorcycle for the Indian commuter market, and man, it looks promising, man. I must say it looks promising. From the couple flaps that I did behind the instructor, this thing packs a punch, man. This thing is capable of being a hooligan if you need it to be, and it can be a easygoing commuter if you need it. It all comes down to that electric motor right inside there. Also, walking around the back, nice looking tail. I think, from what my taste is, if you chop off the rear fender, it would look really nice. I know they have to do this because of the government regulations, but man, after you chop that thing off, it will look really mean. As the designer told me, there's the battery inside this compartment that you can access by lifting this up. This is battery inside it that you can replace or recharge. You have your recharging port over here. Recharge the battery with using any normal wall socket, and they have other means as well where you can swap out the battery. So that all seems promising on the paper. We'll see how it does when it gets on to the road and people have some time with it, but on paper it looks really promising. All right, so going around this side, what do you have here? The same shit. Yeah, this motorcycle is belt driven, and there's no chain, no nothing. It's completely belt driven, and I don't know what you call this, but it is an equivalent of a sprocket in the chain driven. I think this would also be called a sprocket, but man, it is massive, man. It is really massive. This would, I guess, translate to insane acceleration, but we'll have to get on to the motorcycle to see that. So let's get down to what's what and get riding, right? And we'll talk about everything else on the motorcycle. Hope that the music that is playing in the background isn't copyrighted. Or yeah, the first thing that you notice when you sit on the motorcycle, there is no brake lever on the right, there is no gear shifter on the left. I mean, it kind of feels weird that you, as soon as you put your foot down, you reach for the brake and there's none. Man, it really seems weird. Alright, so we have your battery here. There's a power on switch, power on and off switch. There's a quick kill switch here. These 3 to 1 that is mentioned here are modes, rider modes, the power modes. And this right here I'll talk about later. This is the horn, this is the indicator, this is the high and low beam as usual. And this thing is interesting. We'll talk about this later. I haven't explored it as yet, but yeah, the mode 1 is the least powerful. It restricts the upper speed limit to about 45. The second restricts the speed to about 60, and the third, it goes all the way up to 85. I think that's enough for the city conditions where we live in. I mean, I don't think any road around Delhi at least has a speed limit of 85 for motorcycles. So if you are looking for a commuter and an eco-friendly one, I think this might be the way to go. We'll have to wait and see. This is, I'm a little skeptical about this. We'll see about that. This changes the sound of the motorcycle. You can change the sound of the motorcycle to your suiting. You can change it to sound like a parallel twin, to a single, to a inline 4 even. I mean, you'll sound like you're riding a inline 4 superbike when you ride this. With that, I am a little skeptical about it, but we'll test that out when we take it out. So yeah, so let's do the first pull in the third mode, because we don't do that pussy shit of starting in first and then climbing our all the way up. So yeah, let's start. Climbs up pretty nicely, man. It climbs up pretty nice. Oh, I didn't see that, sorry. The speed really climbs up pretty nicely, and you don't even notice it climbing because there's no sound. I really miss the sound, and I am not used to it at all. This is really awkward without any foot brakes or gear change lever. This is a little awkward, but I think it's all a matter of getting used to. And yeah, so this right here is the all digital instrument cluster. This shows you the speed, the mode you're in, the ambient temperature. I guess so. And this is an equivalent of a tachometer that you get in the combustion engine motorcycles when you rev the thing. Equivalent to that, but the thing is, there are no gears, so I am assuming this is just more of just indication of how much power that you're using than an actual tachometer that gives you the RPM. But yeah, it's a nice touch. That thing climbs up so fucking fast. So now that I've ridden the track around for, I say, 3 or 4 laps, I'm starting to get used to it, but not this thing. When you're in a lower speed and you're trying just to maintain the speed, the sensible thing to do would be to go down the modes. It would smoothen out the throttle response, but as I already said, I don't do that. I am in all go mode all the time. So yeah, it feels snatchy. I mean, all the super bikes, when they get into the sport mode, they feel snatchy. This ain't no super bike, this is a commuter, but the throttle snatchiness is there nonetheless. This really gives you a feel that yeah, you are really experiencing something out of the ordinary. Let's try and slide the back in. Yay! Nice one. Nice. There ain't no long straights apart from that one. That ain't very long either, but yeah, it gets the job done. I'm gonna slide my way around that corner every fucking time. I am so pumped for this. And surprisingly, the MRF Nilo grip zappers are actually holding up. They're not letting go the grip, and I'm pretty damn confident turning this thing into the corners. These tires do not seem to let go of the grip. Pretty nice. Let's do this one more time. Woohoo! That was a big one. That was a biggie. That was a biggie, man. That was a biggie. This is how the bike looks without the fender. I was talking to you about how the bike would look mean as fuck without the fender, and here you have a look. It truly looks menacing. And this one in particular is the Stunters specification. The Stunters were using this. This does not have the rear fender, and it is electronically unlocked to have more power, and it can do wheelies and stoppies with ease. All right.